101.5 KATT the Cat. It is KATTFEST 2017, baby, out at the Zoo Amplifier. And I get the honor and the privilege today to sit down and talk with Brian Steele, Medina, the drummer for Gemini Syndrome, and the lead singer, Aaron Nordstrom. Thank you so much for sitting down with me, guys.
Hello,
and welcome to Oklahoma. You've played here several times before, actually. You've played over at some of the smaller places that we have here in OKC. So it's really, I've never personally been able to get there because it's on a Friday night, but I'm so excited to see your show live tonight. Super stoked, and I know that there's a lot of people out there in Oklahoma that are going to be super excited, and you're going to walk away with a ton of fans this evening.
Hoping so.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We're going on about 5:15 here pretty quick.
Yep.
So if you're on your way out to KATTFEST, they're about to take the stage. One of my first questions for you is, man, you started off your first debut album with a trifecta here. There's a whole storyline going on between all these albums. You're out with the second album, right?
Yep.
You had Lux, and then the second one is
Memento Mori.
Memento Mori. I'm a new fan. So like I said, I'm going to come at this like a new fan because I know that there's a ton of people out there that are just going to love you guys. You're going to walk away with a ton of fans today that are new. So if you would, for the new fans out there, tell us what the storyline is as we go into the third album. And
so Lux means light. It was kind of a birth record for us, dealing with the younger years of experience in this weird place. Memento Mori means remember that you have to die. So it was dealing more with kind of the process or the journey of life, kind of coming to terms with mortality. And that'll lead into the third record, the trifecta, the triangle, if you will, of death and rebirth, transformation.
Man, after this year of losing so many legends,
Yep.
we've all had to look at that very scenario very closely this last year with losing
Absolutely.
so many greats, you know. How do you guys deal with that part of the lifestyle of being a band and getting bigger and bigger the way you are, dealing with the alcohol and the drugs and all that stuff? What keeps you grounded?
Wow, that's a good question.
No?
I mean, for me, luckily, I went through all that stuff, at a younger age, and basically, that was the stuff that was hindering me from achieving my musical goals. So pretty much the minute I stopped doing that stuff, life kind of started happening for me. And so, I mean, that's, for me, I'm not someone who can just casually drink or casually smoke or casually smoke crystal meth out of a light bulb. I kind of go all the way in. So
That first drink, there's no stopping it from there, right?
It's just like my history, you know. So for me, I like to I replace it with, good old physical activity and some spiritual stuff. And
Exercise.
try to keep myself saturated on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
So I know that you, Aaron, are really big into conspiracy there and just in nature in general and the whole consciousness stuff. Is everybody in the band like that? Do you guys all get along when it comes to that, or is there some of the people in the band that just like are whatever, you're full of it, man?
Well, I mean, definitely that's like where me and Aaron's interests overlapped and created our friendship in the beginning. But I mean, I had about a good solid 45-minute conversation with Meeks this morning about Göbekli Tepe and the ancient Sumerian texts.
Ancient Sumerian texts, man. The Hopis, the Sumerians, I love reading all those texts. There's so much knowledge.
My
in
drum
that.
tech's a Hopi. Indian.
I know, man.
Yep.
That's very cool. It's really cool. It's, what would you call it? Being awake is what, for some people what they would call it, or it's just because everybody's got it. I think it's just coming to.
Some people hit snooze more than the others.
Yeah.
It's digging deeper and deeper into the onion layer. I mean, it's just like we're all presented with this baseline understanding of what we think existence is and what we think life is, and dig deeper, and you realize that every level down, you kind of almost have to throw away everything you thought you knew to accept the new truth that you have come to learn for yourself.
I agree with that totally. I'm so happy that I'm awake. And I think once you become awakened, you start looking up your history and where it comes from.
Yep.
And like talking about the Sumerian text, you get led back to that direction and grow forward from there. And then when you do that, you kind of learn so much more about the human existence, and you start looking at people differently. The clouds part a little bit, if you will, and you almost are a little bit more forgiving to people.
Absolutely.
Because you realize, hey, we all share the same RH negative alien DNA when we were crossbred over 15,000 years ago, so we're not so different, you and I.
There's only so many blood types, right? So when you boil it down like that, we're all very, very connected. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so we kind of got off topic about the album and stuff.
Oh, no, we didn't.
No,
No,
yeah,
no,
that's
we
right.
don't tie it in.
So
No, I'm saying that is the topic of the album.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to dive deeper into something like that, the consciousness and everything, that's exactly what Gemini Syndrome is all about. I'm a huge new fan because of that. I understood everything that you guys were singing about in those albums. The third album, when can we hear it? When's it coming out?
We'll start recording as soon as this tour's over, over the winter months, I guess. I think we're shooting for a summer release, God willing.
Being that it's about death, it's going to be really dark? Or is it going to
see,
celebrate death?
I think it'll be a kind of mix of the two, like the last two records have been. There's definitely some dark subject matter, but we try to put a positive spin on it at the end of the day. Even the title "Remember We Die," sounds like so morbid and it could be a death metal song or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's really talking about being in the moment, being present in your existence here, because it's not forever in this corporeal body, you know what I mean?
Is the music going to be more melodic, like more ballad kind of stuff, or is it going to be more like that metal side?
We're just going to go more extreme on every angle. So
Yep.
the melodic stuff will be more melodic, the heavy stuff will be more heavy.
A little bit of everything on it. Because isn't that what we're talking about, death?
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of all those elements
Yep.
to it, doesn't it? Right? All right, guys. Thank you so much for sending down. I do have to ask you a question. I know you study Kung Fu.
I do.
And the particular Kung Fu that you study is the praying mantis.
Southern praying
Now,
mantis. Yep.
one of the... Now, whoever created that animal, right, whatever did, what a bad rap that male praying mantis gets, man. Right?
Yep.
You have
Yeah.
sex, and then boom, she gets to eat your head, and you're
Yep.
all done.
Yep. I should have picked Tiger.
If you're going to talk about death the next album, maybe you write a song about that praying mantis.
Yeah, no
At
kidding.
least
No
he goes
kidding.
out with a bang, pun intended, right?
Literally, yeah. We can talk about that when I call in. The whole system is very fascinating. It comes from the Ming Dynasty, the royal family, and is tied into Chinese Freemasonry and the triads from China. So it's a very esoteric
Follow
art.
the money, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That British family has it all wrapped up, my
Yep.
friend. It all stems right back there. The Bilderbergs, the whole nine,
Oh, yeah.
right?
It's all there.
Masters.
Thank you so much. This has been a great interview. I appreciate you guys being so kind to me, Brian. Guys, break a leg, have a good leg. Don't break any legs.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, KATTFEST 2017.
Thank you so much, KATTFEST 2017. Get them out here. We're going to watch Gemini Syndrome with KATTFEST.